if condos dead, and we've had this 20-year secular decline in low rise, particularly in the GTA, is there any hope for young families who'd like to own a home?
Not really. I mean, the only rational answer is not really. And you can lay that disaster at the foot of the green belt. You can lay that disaster at the foot of provincial and municipal governments being ridiculously bad at, motivating themselves to release land. Mike, we have something here in Toronto. Sabrina, you're familiar with this, called the Downsview Airport. Okay, there was a Downsview Airport that was a military airport that shifted away from being an airport, and that is right in the middle of the city. That's right in 416. This whole great swath of land is right in 416. And the municipality, the city of Toronto, has failed so miserably at developing that land that right now they have built a temporary concert venue on that land right in the middle of the city that is absolutely ideal for dense, low-rise townhouse development. Okay, it's perfect for it. But no, we can't do it because nobody can agree on anything. No, the expenses are too high. The development fees are too high. The ability to get the zoning that you need and to get the city motivated to release and the province motivated to release all the land and do it in a forceful, intelligent way is completely absent. Like, you can't make a bigger case for the failure of government than you're building a concert venue on land that's ideal for multiple family density.
So, Ron, I've lived in Toronto for a long time now, and as long as I can remember, people have been talking about the housing bubble being about to pop. And this has been a while, like 15 years. There's been some ups and downs in that period, but it's never truly popped. Is this actually it? And does it go beyond, that dog crate condo to being 2 or 3 bedroom condos? Like, is there any hope for someone like me being able to own one of those where I can raise a family?
To own a low-rise home in Toronto at a rational price? The correct answer is probably not. The reality is we stopped building low-rise homes in Southern Ontario in a meaningful way years ago. We've created scarcity. If you go to 416, Central 416, the core of the city, those single family and semis they've come off in price maybe 1%. In the face of this sort of disaster. There's a disaster going on in Durham County right now. There's a disaster going on in parts of Peel. There's a disaster going on in northern part of the 905. Those prices have come down 20, 22, 23% from the peak in 2021. Those people are feeling it who bought at that time. But no, in 416 itself, very little reduction in price. In fact, if you have a semi in Central Core 416, you probably sell it in a week. I mean, it takes no time at all. So this is the horror show of all this. This is the fact that we've not built low-rise homes. We haven't built low-rise homes for years. And we've created artificial scarcity in a province that's bigger than almost every state of the union. So how do you fix that? You have just done bad land use, bad development fees, $100,000 on a condo, $300,000 on a single family house. You've done terrible allocation of raw land. You've created an environment where the regulatory environment, you need 26 reports before you can apply to do a subdivision in Ontario. You've got to do a report. You've got to do an environmental report and decide if somebody wants to complain that that you're going to harm the habitat of the red-headed woodpecker, you're probably put off for another year. So we have this enormous regulatory burden in Ontario that is making the construction of these homes extremely difficult. Single-family low-rise has fallen off a cliff. We built the wrong size of low-rise. We built the wrong size of single-family. We bought 3,800 square foot monster homes. It was all that we built when we were building them in the last 7 years. And it's unaffordable. There is a potential to really build a lot of quality townhouses in a dense way that people will be comfortable with. but we're just not taking the proper advantage of that opportunity. So the long-winded answer to your question is, I don't know whether there's going to be an opportunity for people to buy a comfortable 3-bedroom, low-rise dwelling in Southern Ontario at a rational price in the immediate future. I don't know that will be true.
So to learn more about the issues affecting Canada's young urban middle class, please follow The Missing Middle.